We'll have more on this. We'll have a video. But we're going back to talking about the episode 4 and 5.
So what was so interesting about how they got them off the show so they didn't feel bad about it?
Okay, we're talking about the Native American heavyweight guys on $1 Million Bigfoot Bounty. They were having a problem with being called out the last 3 previous episodes, being on the chopping block at the end and barely surviving being kicked off.
Why was it that they were on the chopping block 3 times in a row?
One time was just because one guy had a problem with his anterior cruciate ligament on his knee, and
so it was an ankle thing that was happening?
A knee thing, and I don't know what the other 2 episodes.
So it was a knee thing all along. It had nothing to do with the ankle.
Yeah, it was knee. It was yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a knee thing. ACL joint. I think it's missing on one of his knees. Okay, so here's what they did. The 2 strongest people lately have been Michael, and I think his wife's name's Kat, or if it is his wife.
Mohawk guy and the silent lady.
Yes. And the grunge, too. The grunge guys, Dave Lauer and Sandy, the bearded grunge guy's named Sandy. Those guys have been the strongest all along.
The one that had the 2 women that were going along with being put out there as bait.
Yes, exactly. Those
because Bigfoot goes after chicks.
Yeah, the chicks.
Female scent.
And, all that. So what they did is they had 3 people at the end of episode 5, 3 teams on the chopping block. But what they did cleverly, so those heavyweight gentlemen couldn't complain, was they picked the 2 strongest teams to be on the chopping block alongside them. So those grunge guys, who are the best out of everybody, they've never failed a test and they've never been on the chopping block.
And the Mohawk guy.
And the Mohawk guy, who's been doing well lately, and they put them on the chopping block with the Native Americans, and it was just out of the blue, like those grunge guys did not belong there. So
So who votes them off? The judges.
The
right?
judges, Dean Cain and the 2 judges.
So who put them on the chopping block to begin with? Since they've been doing so well, they've been being judged.
They did that to ease those guys so they wouldn't complain.
So they put them against guys that are doing really well.
Yeah, they put them against guys it would be ridiculous if they kicked off the grunge guys.
And that got, I still don't get it. They didn't complain because of that?
Yeah, well, they couldn't complain
because they're so against guys that are so much better than they are.
Yeah, the reason they chose Michael and Kat and the grunge guys was because the grunge guys had never been called out at the end. And they had the weakest showing they had so far, but they're still,
But they've been giving them specific tasks every time they go out. So just satisfy those tasks every time, correct?
Right, but it's not just about what happened that day. That grunge pair are not going to be voted off. So if they have it between Michael and Kat, the grunge pair, and the Native American guys.
Well, they have to go with the teams that are more exciting, give better entertainment.
Yeah, that's definitely a factor.
The Native Americans that move at a slower pace aren't giving them the entertainment value.
And I think that's what saved Justin Samaya and the other guy, Rowe, I think his name is. They've saved those guys is because they're known in the Bigfoot community. I guess all these people are to some degree. Those guys were going to be voted off, I think, the last 4 times, including this time. They finally got voted off.
But they're supposed to come back with real Bigfoot DNA evidence. Has that happened yet?
No, not yet. Let's talk about the next episode, because I want to talk about what the grunge, I call them the grunge pair, David Lauer and Sandy, whatever his last name is, and we'll talk about them in the next episode.